Hi everyone, welcome back to Learn English Through Stories. Today let us study a famous story by Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore needs no introduction. You know him, isn't it so? He was the one who wrote our national anthem, Jana Gana Mana. Actually, he did not write our national anthem. It was the first stanza of a poem by him, Bharado Bhagya Vidhala. Yes, the Constituent Assembly of India accepted it as our national anthem on 24th January 1950. Okay now. So you must remember something about Tagore. So he was from 1861 to 1941. 1861 to 1941. One more thing you have to remember, that his collection of poems, Geetanjali, won Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 1913. So let us learn our story, Kabuliwala. Okay, the story begins, actually Tagore narrates it in first person. So first person narrative, he narrates story as his own story, in the same way as his own story. Story narration is done by Tagore himself. So Tagore was writing the 7th chapter of a novel. So he was writing a novel. Once upon a time, one day, when he was writing a novel, he heard, the sound of his daughter Minnie, a small child of 5 years of age. So she called out loudly, "Kabuliwala! Oh Kabuliwala!" Actually, a Kabuliwala, a man from Kabul, was moving on the road nearby the house with a big bag on his back. So out of curiosity, the girl simply shouted and called him Kabuliwala. As he was called, the man came, and narrator Tagore, we can assume that it is he himself. So he came out, and the moment the man came, the girl Minnie, small girl of 5 years of age, she ran back, into the house, quite frightened. She thought that the big bag was full of small children being caught, and they would take the children to somewhere else and maybe killed or something like that. She was so much afraid of that man, Kabuliwala, a huge man with a big bag on his back. And as he came there, I came out, says the narrator, from my room, just for the time being, stopping writing the novel. And he sold some items. To remove the fear of the child, I asked her to come out, and she came and stood behind me, looking just outside. From behind me, she was just looking out of curiosity what's in that big bag. So they would carry a big sanji bag, in their bike. There used to be a lot of people coming from Afghanistan, Kabul, Nepal, etc. They would sell small items like grapes, and other things, eatable items too. They would carry, and they would come to every house and sell those things. Anyhow, this was the first meeting of my daughter Minnie with Kabuliwala. The days passed by. On another day, when I came to the house, I found that Kabuliwala was chit-chatting with my daughter Minnie. They became good friends. And he was giving some grapes or some other items to her. She was eating those things happily. And that day also, we purchased some items from him. And whenever the Kabuliwala comes, my daughter would call him and ask her, "Oh Kabuliwala, Kabuliwala, what is in your big bag?" He used to carry a big bag on his back, and the Kabuliwala would answer, "An elephant." So in a humorous way, he would imitate to be an elephant, and the play was going on. You see? So she would ask the first question, "Oh Kabuliwala, what is in your big bag?" And the man would say, "An elephant." When the word elephant is told and it is shown by gestures and all, the girl would laugh like anything. A clinging, kind of laugh. Small child, she would be laughing and laughing, tingling kind of laughing. And the man would look at her face, the small child's face, out of anxiety, curiosity, and love, etc. and etc. etc. Because he had a child, a girl child, in his house at home in Kabul, in Afghanistan. So he used to see his girl through this girl, our Minnie. So the friendship went on for long. And whenever they met, they talked a lot of things. And Minnie used to run from the house out to welcome our Kabuliwala. We used to purchase a lot of things. The days passed by, it went on like that. The most curious thing, important thing was that, "Oh Kabuliwala, what is in your big bag?" And the man saying, "An elephant." And the girl laughing and laughing. On one fine morning, I found, says the narrator, that there was huge sound and crowd outside. I came out to see what is there going on. And I found our Kabuliwala being led by two policemen. His hands were chained and there were blood stains on his shirt. And I was so shocked to find that Kabuliwala is taken to the police station. What really happened was that, every year during the month of January, he would go to his house and he would come back after a few months. He would spend his days happily at home. When he goes home to Kabul, he would collect all the money he has to get, which he was giving for debt. Okay, that he would go and collect. With one man he got into quarrel with, and the man refused to pay the money. The quarrel went on, and out of anger, because his entire 1 year work is meant for taking the money home when he goes to Kabul, his native place. And this man hesitated to pay the money, and the quarrel went on, and he stabbed him. And seeing the crowd and all, Minnie also came out from the house, and she was shocked to find that Kabuliwala is taken to police station by two police constables. And the girl asked him, "Oh Kabuliwala, are you going to your father-in-law's house?" See, father-in-law's house has two meanings. Of course, in Bengali, the story was written in Bengali. Two meanings. Number one, that a girl's husband's father. Another meaning also was there, written in Bengali, there is a jail. Father-in-law's house means jail, going to jail. Two meanings are there. So, small child Minnie asked him, "Oh Kabuliwala, are you going to your father-in-law's house?" He got the meaning, answered, "I would have thrashed the father-in-law, but what to do, my hands are chained. I would have thrashed, beaten the father-in-law," jailer, or the policeman, both can be. "But what to do, my hands are chained." And he was taken to the police station and put in prison, and the case went on. And after some days he was punished for 8 years rigorous imprisonment. Slowly people, including me, isn't it so? We began forgetting the Kabuliwala. Years passed by, and my little Minnie grew up into a big girl. It is the day of her marriage. The day of her marriage came, and I was so busy running here and there, arranging marriage things, receiving guests, seeing things all done. Then came a criminal from the jail getting released. It was none other than our Kabuliwala. And he came to meet my daughter Minnie, but I was hesitating to call her. She was with her friends getting dressed for the marriage, and she was enjoying her time with her friends and relatives. I did not want this criminal to meet her at this juncture, but I hesitated. But he was adamant. "I want to see, please sir, please call her once. I want just see her once." Out of compassion, I asked our Minnie to come out. The moment that she was coming towards veranda, he took a doll. You see, he showed me the hand impression of a little child. You see, when he came to meet my little Minnie and said that this is the impression, this is a picture of her. She gave me once and I was holding it to my heart all these 8 years. I want to meet her. I would not go until I meet her. The poor man was keeping that safe and sound like a treasure with him all these 8 years. The hand impression of a little child of 5-6 years of age. And now he took out a doll for the little child to be given to the little child, which means in his mind our Minnie is still a little girl. Okay, now he was standing with the doll to give that little small girl when the girl came as a bride, decorated, ornamented as a bride, and she realized the man who came there, the Kabuliwala. And now she knew the meaning of all these things. No more a little child, a grown-up woman she has become. And our Kabuliwala asked her, "Oh child, are you going to father-in-law's house?" Yes. "Are you going to father-in-law's house?" He asked her. And now she knew the meaning of it. She did not answer yes or no. She bowed her head and stood and simply nodded. Yes, yes, yes. She stood there for some more time and went back to her room. And at this time, the man sat on the veranda shocked. Suddenly there came a thought in his mind that my daughter, far away in Afghanistan, in Kabul, she might have become as aged, as old as this girl. It might be time for her to be sent in marriage. He was shocked to find that what happened to his daughter. See, after all 8 years, no communication, what might have happened to them, no idea. He did not go there, no communication. You see, during that time, at Tagor's time, no mobile phones, nothing. He was shocked and he sat down on the veranda, shocked and shocked, not to know what to do. And the narrator says, I took some money and gave him. See, you take this and go to your own native place and meet your daughter. He got up slowly, bowed his head and went away. I gave him nice amount of money for that I had to cut some of my marriage luxurious expenditure. But I felt happy, says the narrator, that in a faraway country, in Kabul, in Afghanistan, a long lost child is found by his father. A father has met his long lost child. I felt so and I felt happy. I felt happy, that says the narrator. A father has met his long lost child, the Kabuliwala. That's the story of Kabuliwala by Rabindranath Tagore. Thank you for watching. Meet you with another story. Thank you.